I charge thee, therefore, before God and the Lord Jesus Christ, who shall judge the quick which is living, the living and the dead, at his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word. Be instant, in season, instant means ready, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort, with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And I just feel to say something here, because this is not actually the main thought of what I want to bring to you today, but having just told you a moment ago, if you were ever to leave this church for another reason, or for some reason rather, this is one reason not to leave. Verse 3. Because you have itching ears and you just want to find a preacher that's going to tell you what you've already predetermined, you want the Bible to say. That is not a good reason to leave any church if the preacher is faithful to teaching the word. All right, having said that, I move to verse 4. It says, And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Then we end in verse 8 where it says, Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. I want to just simply bring to your attention today where we're going, where we're headed. I want to bring to your attention today that, in a manner of speaking at least, and certainly for some that are here more than others, we're getting closer and closer all the time to making a statement like this, which I hope that you can make this statement when it is your day or the Lord comes back first. I finished my course. I've done my job. I've kept the faith. I've been faithful. I'm wondering how some people are going to feel, and I'm talking about saved people now. I wonder how some people are going to feel when they know you're just about to appear before Jesus. And you really haven't got the job done that he gave to you to do. But you're still saved, so you may say, well, at least I'm going to heaven, and I would agree, and that certainly is still a hope. But I don't, like the way I feel when I go to bed at night and I didn't get accomplished things I wanted to get accomplished, I don't know that I would feel good, and I'm not sure that you will either. Let me stay on point. Some years ago, during the 19th century, when the evangelist D.L. Moody was preaching, in Chicago they had an industrial exposition, sort of like what we had here back in the 60s, I guess, when we had the World's Fair. And so they had all of these things that you could go to, and of course the citizens of Chicago and probably many other people were going to see the exhibits at this exposition. And apparently there was a meeting place for those who were going to just arrive there and separately. And there was some fountain that was there, and so the expression came, and the meeting place for many people came to be this fountain. So while the exposition was going on, it became like a catchphrase, let's meet at the fountain. And the hymn writer, P.P. Bliss, this phrase took him as an application, as I'm using it for this message, as the thought of the Christian. Let's meet at the fountain. And he wrote these words: Will you meet me at the fountain when I reach the glory land? Will you meet me at the fountain? Shall I clasp your friendly hand? Other friends will give you welcome. Other loving voices cheer. There'll be music at the fountain. Will you meet me there? I had a young guy, he was young at the time, in my office who liked the self-pity card. He liked to play that card a lot, you know. Oh, me and oh, my and all that. And which I don't really gravitate to. It actually irritates me. But anyway, he came in my office and he was a drug addict. And, no, I'm not worthy, I'm not this, and I'm not that, and I'm a goof, I'm this and that. And then, so I said to him at the end of it, I said, you're right, you are. And he was shocked. Because, you know, you're not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to contradict him. Oh, no. Oh, you? No. At the end of it, I said, that's right. Everything you said is right. You're unworthy, you're a goof, you're a bunch of things. I could even add a few you haven't put in. He was like, at first stunned and a bit insulted. I said, but that's the message of the gospel. We don't deserve it. We're not going to heaven because we're good guys. We're not going to heaven because we deserve it. We're not in here today because we're better than everybody else. We're here today because we've been given grace. We've been forgiven. That Christ has justified not the godly, the ungodly. He came to call not the righteous, which there are none. He came to call the unrighteous. By faith we responded. Here we are, and we can meet at the fountain. We can meet at the fountain.